Hello and welcome to the next video in the Build Your Own R2D2 trial series. We'll be looking at 2 magazines this time because I managed to get my hands on them from the local newsagents. Again, very excited about this build. Since the last video, I've been more excited about picking up these issues than I have the Falcon parts, in complete honesty. I think that the overall product is going to be utterly amazing when it does the full run, and the excitement in people that are not of the Star Wars fandom, like I mentioned last time, is also quite high on this one. So yeah, so that's really nice to see. I know that people at work are more excited about seeing this one finished than the Falcon, so I really think it could be a really big deal if people subscribe and we make this into a full run. So yeah, so let's get this video started and have a look at what comes in issue 2 and in issue 3. So these are the pieces that come with issue 2. We get this piece of leg here. And one thing that I do notice about this leg piece is that it is ever so slightly weathered. Ever so slightly, not much at all, but they have put some effort into weathering this piece, which is nice. It's quite flimsy, as you can see, it's got a little bit of a bend to it, but I'm sure when it's all put together it won't be as flimsy. And then the parts which I love in this issue are these parts here. Metal parts, as you can hear from the clinking. Yeah, very nice. They will attach to the leg of R2D2, which I'll show you in just a moment. And you may have noticed that one of these is missing on mine, and that is because I went ahead and got the part we got from issue 1, and I already plugged it in. And I just want to show you that when it is plugged in through this like key-shaped fitting here, oh, focus, there we go, that is not going to come out. You really have to push it in. In fact, let me just show you with this one. So try and do it with focus. You just get this piece here and you line it up. It's best to look at it from this side. And you line it up. I'm sorry if it's out of focus. This is quite hard to do. That's why I was testing it before I came on camera, because it is quite tough to do, and I wanted to make sure I didn't spend too much time wasting time, if that makes sense. No, that's not going to hurt. I'm just going to have to do this off camera. Okay, so I've pushed it in slightly, and you really do have to push. Oh, I'm not sure you heard that little click there, but there was a little click. There's a little bit of give. Because this is metal, it's not going to affect this part, and these wood plastic blocks here make it so it is protected when you push it through. And that is what those two parts look like. They've got a little face, actually, little like bear faces looking at you. That's when you know they're the right way up, and of course from the back. But just adding that little bit of metal already to this R2D2 arm is fantastic. Metal pieces already, issue 2 of a trial. Metal pieces, it's crazy, it really is crazy. So I'm just going to change the camera angle slightly and look at the rest of the metal pieces. Okay, there we go. I'll move the camera closer to me so it's easier for me to do stuff on camera. The next thing I'm going to do requires these 2 metal pieces here in focus. So you see this long piece has kind of a circle with a flat end, kind of a D shape just there, and then the corresponding piece is this circle with a D shape just there, and these just plug in like that, very loose. I mean, you can take it apart, might glue it down in future when I get directed to, but as for now, that is how that piece goes on. And then you get this square piece here, which looks a little bit like a Lego brick, a big metal Lego brick, and it's got kind of an indent with a slant. I'm not sure you can catch it. It goes down, and that corresponds with these 2 notches taken out on this part here, and it just fits on. Oops, no, this way. Just fits on like that. Not loose. It plugs in, and I think this is for the piston movement of the leg. So this is going to stay straight to the leg, and then the piston can go down and go up like that and get caught quite nicely. Actually, these notches are catch it very nicely, and then it will go down like that and up again like that. That is what I think the purpose of this piece is. Obviously, it all falls apart because I'm not doing it properly. Just to give you a quick show of where these pieces go, there's two little pegs there, and they correspond with these holes here. So that piece will go on there, and then you'll get this piece again into the D shape. That will go on there, and I'll refocus. And then this piece will go on like so. So when it is resting, when it is resting, I have to hold this piece in because it's not secure. When it is resting, it will look something like that, with that little head bit there sticking up, and then it will move like that. So I guess it will just go flat, and then I'm not really doing this at a very good angle to show you. It's quite hard when everything is not stuck in place, but that is, I think, the gist of these pieces here. And then you get this piece here, and you just attach it. Hold on, take these bits off. You just attach it. There's plug holes there and there and there, and you just literally just attach it like so. Push it on. Again, not secure. I think you can screw these pieces down on the final thing, but it will look something like that with the metal pieces there. I won't put them back on because it is quite fiddly. And the last metal piece you get in this issue is this one. I'm not sure which way around it goes. But again, there's little pegs there and there, hole there and there, and it will just plug in. Maybe I have to take that piece off to do it. Let me just have a look at the instructions to make sure I know which way around this goes, whether it's this way or this way, and then I'll plug this in and be right back with you. There we go. So it goes in this way round with this fatter end at the bottom and these pieces up here like that. And this was very satisfying to do. It was a click and a click. Again, I had to put some force on it, but those pieces do go in like that. So those are the parts you get in issue 2. Very nice metal parts. Let's now move on to issue 3. And here we have issue 3's parts in the bag. And it is really weird to see issue 3 here when we're used to the 60s odd of the Millennium Falcon. So yeah, I just thought I'd point that out. Let's open this up. Ooh. Show my strength here. Okay, what do we have? We have this very nice blue part here, very nicely detailed. You can see there's paint in this bit here, silver paint, and silver paint here. Oh, sorry about the focus. When this focuses, I'll be able to show you. You can see the lines. There are lines engraved into these silver parts. So that is very, very nice attention to detail. So you get that part here. You get the lens for the eye of R2D2, which we'll look at in just a little moment. You get some bump, and then you also get the test circuit board for the eyepiece, indicator piece even of last week. A blue and a red for the blue and the red colors of the LED. We don't have a battery box yet, so stay tuned for the next video. We'll be looking at this in more detail. But for now, and we've got this blue piece as well, which I didn't notice. So yeah, let's look at what we just done with these two pieces combined. Okay, so here we have the parts which we get in issue 3 and in issue 2, and it is very simply a case of plugging this piece into the white piece through these lug holes here. I'm guessing on the full release screws will be issued so that they can attach or plug into more of the leg. And look at that. I don't know why that blue adds so much, but it really, really does. I mean, that's a fantastic looking little arm. And then of course you have the silver part here, which is loose, which will go in there as well. Actually, I might attach this with glue as it is the trial just to hold it in place. So yeah, I might go away and attach that with glue and have a look at that a little later. I say a little later, this video is nearly over, so it won't be too much long before we see that. If we get the piece that we got back in issue 1 for the eyepiece, and then this piece which we get in issue 3, flip it around, you can see there's 2 little connecting pegs there and 2 pegs there, and they just push on like so, like that. And you know when it's the right way around because it runs flush with this part here, runs flush with the top here, and that is the little eyepiece with a little bit on the side. And then we get the lens, which I'm just going to go open. There we go. So there we have the lens, really reflective lens. You can see me. Hello. I seem to be doing that a lot lately. You get this piece and you push it in there. You can push it right in. You will get fingerprints on it, so you have to clean the inside. But yeah, actually, you push that in, and it is a really, I mean, you have to take some force to push that out. So that is very, very nice. Very reflective black lens there. And like with the leg, I'm going to glue this piece on, and then I'll show it off just after this little wipe. And so here are the parts all completed, all glued on. So let's look at the eye to start with. Oh, there's focus. I'm sorry about the focus issues on this video. Yeah, you can see it's all plugged in there. It matches at the top. It's going the same way, and also, not sure you can see it, the curve is also the same way. So that is how you know that that part is on correctly. Very, very nice that is too. And apparently it's going to be a camera pointing through there. So I'm looking forward to see how that will transpire. And then of course this piece, which is just gorgeous. Really weighty now with this extra plastic part and these metal parts as well. Yeah, I have glued in these metal parts. I won't recommend that you do this on the actual one, but as this is a trial, I have glued it down. This square part here fits very nicely in this little recess. So it is very nice how they did that. And yeah, very weighty. I don't know how to describe it. Weightier than the cockpit of the Falcon, that's for sure. Then you'll have to wait 2 weeks' time for the next 2 issues. And the reason I'll know is that on next week's magazine, it won't have a coming in issue 5 thing. At the back of all of these magazines, you know, you get a next on kind of part at the back. If it doesn't have that, I know it's a trial and I'll stick the video up. If you don't see the video next week, then that's exciting. It means that something weird and wonderful has happened and this isn't actually a trial. But I really believe it is. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Be excited for this R2 because it is going to be gorgeous. Please put in a subscription with the D'Agostini to make this into a full run. And yeah, I will see you next week for more Falcon and more R2. Until then, take care. Bye bye.